Folks, we are officially in the 2026 awards conversation, and coming up this Sunday, January 11th, are the Golden Globes, a fun, alcohol-fueled night in Hollywood where both the movies and the television shows of the past year are celebrated and awarded, and it is also what really kicks off the race to the awards ceremony, the Oscars. Obviously. So last year, we had our Golden Globe predictions, and frankly, we could have done better. But this year, we feel much more prepared. So, live on twitch.tv, hey, make sure you give us a follow over on Twitch so you know we're live. We are going to be covering my official predictions for the Golden Globes. Now, I am very fortunate that this year I was actually able to see a fair amount of these movies. The TV shows, not as much, but hey, you know, a boy's only got so many hours in the day. In either case, I'm really excited to kind of walk through these things, and I feel pretty confident about these choices. So let's go ahead and just start running down the list. Best Motion Picture Drama, a stacked category this year. We have Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, Chloe Zhao's Hamnet, Jafar Panahi's It Was Just an Accident, Sentimental Value, Ryan Coogler's Sinners, and The Secret Agent. Sentimental Value and Secret Agent are the two from this list that I have not seen, but I have heard a lot of good things about. Look, I love Sinners. I love Sinners so much. It was my personal pick for the best movie of the year last year. However, for me, my prediction for the winner of Best Motion Picture Drama is going to be Hamnet. I think Hamnet is one of the most impactful movies of the bunch. I think it is extremely well done overall as a piece. Costuming, makeup, direction, performance, everything just really comes together. Cinematography. I do feel this is going to be the runaway here. Could there be a surprise Sinners win? Maybe. Maybe it was just an accident sneaks in there. But for me, I'm going to say it's Hamnet. Now, Golden Globes does separate it into drama and musical or comedy, which is a little bit interesting that this is kind of the way it's fallen out. But hey, you know, I don't make the rules. I just watch them. Here we have Blue Moon, Begonia, Marty Supreme, No Other Choice, Nueva Vague, and One Battle After Another. I would say No Other Choice is the best one here. In fact, if you watched our ranking 2025 movies, No Other Choice was our ranking winner of that live stream of the best movie of 2025. That being said, when we're doing the awards conversation, we really need to think about the type of movies that get awarded here. And for me, that's going to be Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another. It's just everything that Hollywood loves about movies. It's a big epic. It's got Leo DiCaprio. It's got laughs. It's got actions. It's got drama. It's got politics, social commentary, VistaVision. It's got so many good stories of the making of the movie. The whole, you know, Benicio del Toro like completely rewrote his character and added this full new subplot and everything. I think it's got exactly what awards voters, and in this case the Hollywood Foreign Press, is going to be looking for. So I think it's going to be an easy pick here, One Battle After Another, for best musical or comedy. Do we have any musicals in this category this year? We do not. Best Motion Picture Animated, we have Shout Out, Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Infinity Castle made the cut. Incredible. I don't think you're winning it, but I love to see you on here. We also have Arco, Elio, Little Amelie, or The Character of Rain, Zootopia 2, and my pick, and I believe most people's pick for the winner this year, K-Pop Demon Hunters. Absolutely ran away with the conversation as far as animated films go. And also, it was just really well done. The music, incredible. The action, incredible. The characters, the animation, incredible. It is so good. honestly shocked not to see it in this category. That being said, these movies are all very good, so actually that makes sense. So K-pop Demon Hunter's best animated movie isn't even a question. Best motion picture non-English language. This is actually an extremely stacked category this year. There's a lot of really, really good international films this year. For me, again, I still believe No Other Choice is the best one here. However, it was just an accident. Did win the Palme d'Or at Cannes this year. It was nominated for Best Drama. Awards shows tend to like dramas more than they like comedies, even though I would hardly call No Other Choice a comedy. It was funny, but, you know, in either cases, I do think it's going to go to It Was Just an Accident. Sentimental Value, I've heard a lot of good things about. I still haven't caught it. Same with Secret Agent. Surat, man, I know objectively Surat was a good movie, but if it doesn't make me so sad every time I think about it. Moving on here to Best Performance by a Female Actor in a Motion Picture Drama. Now, quick distinction for those of you who don't know. The distinction of female actor versus actress is a more modern thing. So you might see me, or you might have even noticed me throughout the stream or streams past, referring to both men, women, and non-binary actors as just actor and not actor and actress. It has just been, it's one of those things that it didn't really need to be a gendered term, even though the categories are still split into genders. It's not a perfect system. I understand that. Most people understand that. That being said, we do want to make sure that as many people as applicable earn their flowers, and this is just a way that it's been traditionally done. I worry that if we fully segment it into female actor, male actor, non-binary actor, or trans actor, or whatever it may be, it could get a little bit complicated. You could make an argument for best performance, period, and maybe make that a different category. But then again, it's like best drama, best musical, best picture. Like it starts to get a little bit muddy. Hey, this is progress, but the preferred term is actor, so I use the preferred term actor. There you go, a little bit of knowledge for you. So we have Eva Victor for Sorry Baby, Jennifer Lawrence for Die My Love, Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, Julia Roberts for After the Hunt, Renette Reinsve for Sentimental Value, and Tessa Thompson for Hedda. I know that Jennifer Lawrence has been really prevalent in these conversations recently, as well as Renette Reinsve for Sentimental Value. I love that Tessa Thompson made it for Hedda. Shout out Hedda on Amazon Prime. Go watch that movie. It is seriously a fun time. I think that most people would enjoy that movie, and had it gotten an actual full, well-backed theatrical release, I think a lot of people would have really enjoyed it. But folks, I'm going to tell you, without question, it is Jessie Buckley for her performance in Hamnet. One of the most incredible performances I've seen, period. Honestly, not even just in the past year, like one of the best performances I've seen. She details love, grief, sadness, joy, euphoria, desperation, epiphany, so many different things. Poor Jessie went through it in the making of this film, and she deserves all the praise and all the awards. It is a tough one to beat, and I would be shocked to see her not run away with this. Best performance by a male actor in a drama. Now, this category for me was a little bit tougher because I don't know that there's a clear standout. Dwayne Johnson for The Smashing Machine. He should be very proud of himself for being part of this conversation, but frankly, having seen the movie, most of the transformation was done through the makeup. I do think that the character that he was playing was more Dwayne Johnson than I realized, and having looked into the person that he was portraying and seen some interviews, I'm like, oh yeah, like he did do a good job. It is a good performance, but it's because this person is very similar to the type of character that Dwayne Johnson normally plays. Jeremy Allen White, I didn't see Springsteen. I've heard mixed things. I'm just over musical biopics. I hope all the momentum caused by Bohemian Rhapsody, I hope that burns out soon, and I hope that we run out of artists to make musical biopics over. Joel Edgerton for Train Dreams, he was fantastic in that movie, but I believe his performance might be too subtle. Sinners, I think there's a good argument for, especially the fact that Michael B. Jordan portrayed multiple characters. I just worry because those are traditionally not the type of movies that get awards. And then Oscar Isaac, I think, has been campaigning well. I haven't seen Frankenstein yet, so I can't speak too much to it. That being said, a lot of the conversations that I have seen have put Wagner Moura as the secret agent, from The Secret Agent at the top. So this is a case where I am leaning on some of the industry chatter and not my personal preferences. For me, I think Michael B. Jordan for Sinners would make a lot of sense, and I would love to see that happen, but I just don't think it will, and I'm disappointed by it, because it should, but I don't think it will. If it does and I'm wrong here, I'm not going to be upset about it. Now, best performance by a female actor in a musical or comedy. See, this, when we get into the performances for musical or comedy, this is where it doesn't make sense to have musical or comedy, and it gets a little bit messy because Testament of Ann Lee and Wicked for Good are both musicals. In a sense, Song Song Blue is also kind of a musical. These three movies could not be more different from one another. And then again, Begonia and If I Had Legs I'd Kick You are both interesting choices in here because though they are both comedic, I don't know that I would call them comedies. If I Had Legs I'd Kick You was one of the most gut-wrenchingly hurtful dramatic movies that I've seen this year. Who would I like to see? Emma Stone for Begonia makes sense. Emma Stone does really good work, especially when working with Yorgos Lanthimos, and she did incredible in that movie. Kate Hudson surprised me a lot in Song Song Blue. Chase Infinity would be incredible. That One Battle After Another was her first professional credit, so to get a award out of your first movie, what a great story. And again, like I said, Golden Globe loves stories. Last year they gave Demi Moore an award because it was her comeback story. That being said, for me, I'm going to say Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs I'd Kick You wins this. I think her performance was incredible. Career best performance. This movie was tough, and about 90% of the movie was this close to her face the whole time. So she had no room to hide. She was in every single scene of this movie. There was a lot put on her, and she actually knocked it out of the park. It's kind of tough here when you have like a dramatic performance up against some of these other ones, but to be fair, a lot of these were really dramatic performances. And sorry, Cynthia, I think you missed your shot for your Wicked award. Best Performance Male Actor, Musical or Comedy is a little bit of a more straightforward one in as far as who the clear frontrunners are. We have Ethan Hawke, George Clooney, Jesse Plemons, Lee Byung-hun, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Timothée Chalamet. I think for me, the clear frontrunners are Lee Byung-hun, Jesse Plemons, and Timothée Chalamet. I have not seen Marty Supreme yet. I really want to see Marty Supreme. I was gonna try and see it today, but it just didn't work out with my timing. Jesse Plemons, I think, gave a career best performance, and if he got an award for it, I would be very happy. But they love a story, baby. The Hollywood Foreign Press loves a story, and Timmy is on the rise. And he also just took home the Critics' Choice Awards, so maybe we are on a path to see Timothée Chalamet get an Oscar this year. I don't know. I can't say it with absolute confidence until I see that movie, but in this category, Lee Byung-hun is good competition. It is rare to see international films walk away with the award when there is good competition in other areas. Jesse Plemons did really good. I just don't think that they're pushing him hard enough. And Leonardo DiCaprio, frankly, not his best work, and he's already gotten his awards, so it's time for the next gen, man. It's time to pass that torch. Time to pass that torch. Best supporting female actor in any motion picture. So for the supporting actors, we have all categories of motion pictures cast aside. And here we have Amy Madigan from Weapons, Ariana Grande, Elle Fanning, Emily Blunt, Inga Ibsoder Lias, and Teyana Taylor. Sorry, Inga, if I mispronounced your name. Sentimental Value, man, double nominations from that film. I really need to put it on my list. I will say, Teyana Taylor really had a standout role in that movie, and I understand why her nominations are coming in. I could see a scenario where she wins this. Emily Blunt, again, I think surprisingly incredible career high performance in The Smashing Machine. I would say better performance than Dwayne Johnson in that movie. Like, flat out, Emily Blunt was playing a type of character I have never really seen her play. Ariana Grande, I have seen as a frontrunner for some people. I would be shocked, but not surprised. I do think it's a little bit of a disadvantage because Glinda in Wicked for Good is not a supporting character. She is the lead character. So that seems a little bit unfair. We are almost out of Wicked. We are very lucky that that movie was not as good as the first, so that we will not be seeing it in more categories. But a surprising win at the Critics' Choice Award and a surprising, leading in some of the conversations that have been happening. I'm going to give it to Amy Madigan from Weapons. I think that Gladys might just take it away. So this was a impactful performance for how limited it was in its screen time compared to some of these other ones. And you know what? Fuck it. I want to see the big scary witch grandma win, okay? So I would just think it's really cool if we saw another like really far out there, really crazy horror performance be celebrated. So I think it would be cool. So this is just me voting with my heart. I think it's gonna be Amy. Best male actor supporting role: Adam Sandler, Benicio del Toro, Jacob Elordi, Paul Mescal, Sean Penn, and Stellan Skarsgård. Look, it's probably gonna be Jacob Elordi. It may even be Stellan Skarsgård. I think it should be Sean Penn. Sean Penn has seemingly not really been campaigning, like at all, really, especially compared to like Benicio del Toro or some of these other people. But Sean Penn's performance was so good. He was so good. He was crazy good in One Battle After Another. He was such a despicable character. He was such a good bad guy. I do think that his fellow co-star from One Battle After Another kind of hurts his chances a little bit here and might split the vote, but I hope it's Sean Penn, because frankly, I think he deserves it for the work that he put into that movie. He was so good at being so despicable. Best Director, and hey, no more Wicked here either. Best Director for Motion Picture, we have Chloe Zhao for Hamnet, Guillermo del Toro for Frankenstein, Jafar Panahi for It Was Just an Accident, Joachim Trier for Sentimental Value, Paul Thomas Anderson, One Battle After Another, and Ryan Coogler for Sinners. This is a good list. All of them have a really fair shot. Chloe Zhao and Guillermo del Toro and Ryan Coogler have been doing really good on the campaign trail. Jafar Panahi's coming off of the Palme d'Or winner. He's also got a really good story. His film, he as a filmmaker has basically been disowned by his home country, so It Was Just an Accident was submitted by France for a lot of the award contention. Joachim Trier, also Sentimental Value, has been getting a lot of really positive momentum. You've seen it in all the acting categories, and a lot of times directors are sort of given credit and chosen for the level of the performances that they have. That being said, you got incredible performances, you have great action sequences, you have great cinematic choices. It's Paul Thomas Anderson, one battle after another. I think he's probably got a shoe-in for it here for Best Director. For me personally, I would love someone like Chloe Zhao to walk away with it, and I think she deserves it after what we did to her for The Eternals, which I will still stand by that movie is overhated. But one battle after another was a feat, and a really successful one at that. So I do think Paul Thomas Anderson will be walking away with this. Could it be Ryan Coogler? I don't know. Maybe he'll do better in another category. Best Screenplay Motion Picture. We have Hamnet, It Was Just an Accident, Esquil Vote, Sentimental Value. I read the wrong thing, sorry. One battle after another, Marty Supreme, and Sinners. And folks, I think this is the award that Sinners is going to walk away with at the Golden Globes. I think Ryan Coogler really knocked it out of the park with this original screenplay. I will not be shocked to see him nominated for Best Original Screenplay at the Academy Awards. This movie was incredibly original, incredibly well executed, and I do think it deserves some type of award, and I'm going to say it's going to be this one. So here's hoping Ryan Coogler gets on stage with a trophy, because man has had an incredible career at such a young age to be at this point. So good for him. Best Original Score, Motion Picture. Look, we got great people up here. We have Hans Zimmer for F1, Johnny Greenwood for One Battle After Another. Frankenstein was great. Hamnet was great. Seurat was really, really good and really, really fascinating. But I see Ludwig Göransson. I vote Ludwig Göransson. Come on, y'all. Come on. Is it even a question? That's Childish Gambino's producer, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Roommates. Hey, be nice to your roommates. You never know. You might both be on Joopy Gorg's pick for Golden Globes winners. All right. Best Original Song Motion Picture. I think it is a travesty and a disrespect to original songs that Wicked for Good has Girl in the Bubble and No Place Like Home as not. I just threw my glasses on the ground. Two. I think that's absurd. Look, shut it down. I know. No Place Like Home and Girl in the Bubble do not deserve to be up here. I don't know what other songs would be in their stead, but they were not good songs. Point blank. In a movie filled with some of the most incredible, influential songs of musical theater, they had no place to be in that bubble. Do we even need to talk about this category? Because we all know. It's gonna be Dream Is One by Miley Cyrus. No, it's golden. It's golden. It's going up, up, up. It already won the Critics' Choice. It's already winning on every single radio station. Because it's a good-ass song. And it delivers the story of the film so excellently. And it's great. So Golden gets the Golden Globe. Now, cinematic and box office achievement. Folks, this is the most unnecessary award, and I don't know why we do it, because if... I understand, this is like the consolation prize, but at the same time, it kind of feels weird to call it the Box Office Achievement Award, when the box office being successful should be an award in it of itself. That being said, very funny to note that Avatar Fire and Ash was nominated before it even came out, so how is it a box office achievement? It has passed $1 billion, so it has reached box office achievement at this point, but I do think it's very funny that it fell into this category. That being said, we have Avatar Fire and Ash, F1, K-Pop Demon Hunters, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, Sinners, Weapons, Wicked for Good, and Zootopia 2. I think that these are actually all pretty good movies and deserve, they're mostly all pretty good movies and deserve their flowers. But for me, I think this is where Sinners walks away with its other award. This is where Barbie got its award a couple of years ago. K-pop Demon Hunters would feel weird to receive this award because it didn't really have a box office achievement as a streaming original. And Avatar: Fire and Ash, I just don't know that it has that same successful achievement like Sinners does, given that Sinners was a completely original movie. I think that is the achievement in it of itself, and that might give Weapons a little bit of an edge here as well, but I do think Sinners is the winner in this category. Now we're talking television, and folks, this is where I will admit that I am not as plugged into the world of television. That being said, I have seen some of these, and I did see the Emmys. I did see who walked away with the Emmys, which is a little bit tougher to tell because the Emmys and the Golden Globes are in different cycles. So some shows that were Emmy eligible were not here, and vice versa. For instance, Pluribus being a great example, it was not eligible for an Emmy because it hadn't come out yet. That being said, best television series drama between The Diplomat, Pluribus, Severance, Slow Horses, The Pitt, and White Lotus. I do think we could have a surprise with Pluribus because it is so fresh and so good, but I'm going to say The Pitt. I would not be surprised to see Severance take it here as well, but The Pitt was just so incredible, so well done. And season 2 comes out this month, man. That's crazy. The Pitt might be bringing back annual television, and God, I hope that's the case. Pluribus just ended. I haven't caught the ending yet, so don't worry about spoilers. But they're already talking about, who knows, it might be a few years before season 2. Stop doing that! Just make movies if you're gonna make us wait years. I blame the Duffer Brothers. Best television series, musical or comedy. We have Chef's Kiss, one of my best recommendations. Thank you. I make everybody who comes into my chat watch The Pitt, and I challenge them that if they don't like it, I will watch whatever they tell me to watch, and I have yet to be wrong. Next up, we have Abbott Elementary, The Bear, Hacks, Nobody Wants This, Only Murders in the Buildings, and the runaway winner of the Emmys, which I think will be the winner at the Golden Globes, The Studio. Hollywood loves a story about Hollywood, especially when it's really well done. Best Limited Series, Anthology Series, or Motion Picture Made for Television: Adolescence, All Her Fault, Black Mirror, Dying for Sex, The Beast in Me, and The Girlfriend. I think Adolescence is about to finish its awards run with the Golden Globes. It will sweep the Emmys, and I think it is more than likely going to sweep at the Globes as well. Now, Best Performance by Female Actor Drama, I do think is a little bit of stacked category. Bella Ramsey, Britt Lower, Ellen Mirren, Kathy Bates, Kerry Russell, and Rhea Seehorn. I do think there's really good arguments to be made for Rhea Seehorn and Britt Lower. I do think Bella Ramsey could be a surprise sneak in there. I also know the industry loves Kathy Bates. I'm going to say Britt Lower, but I'm tempted to switch my vote. Chat, you think Britt as well? I'm tempted. I'm tempted to switch my vote to Rhea because I think she just won the Critics' Choice also, and she really does do so much heavy lifting in Pluribus. But you know what, chat? I'll stick with my original gut, and I'll stick with you. We'll say it's Britt. We'll say it's Britt Lower for Severance, even though I didn't love season 2. Best Performance by Male Actor in a Television Series Drama, we have Adam Scott, Diego Luna, Gary Oldman, Mark Ruffalo, Noah Weil, and Sterling Brown. Would I love to see Diego Luna take it? Absolutely. Is Adam Scott a very serious contender in here? For sure. but know a while from the pit, baby. The pit keeps running. The pit keeps winning. And he's going to come back next year and do it again. Pit, pit, pit. Oh. I just think it's no contest. He's so freaking good in that show, and that show is so good. When he cries, when he cries. Best performance by a female actor in a musical or comedy. We have Ayo Edebiri, Jean Smart, Jenna Ortega, Kristen Bell, Natasha Lyonne, and Selena Gomez. Man, Selena Gomez, you keep being thrown in here, and they just keep putting you in some good competition, girl. I'm sorry. I think it's going to be tough for you to actually get this award one year. Ayo Edebiri, I haven't seen the newest season of The Bear, but I know that she's always fantastic. Jenna Ortega, I mean, Wednesday is her show to run. Same with Natasha Lyonne for Poker Face. Very sad. Poker Face has been canceled by Peacock, and it doesn't look... Well, I know for a fact Natasha Lyonne won't be returning, even if it does get picked up by another streamer. That being said, Jean Smart, she owns this category. Until Hacks is over, Jean Smart is going to own this category, and frankly, she deserves it. Her character in Hacks is so good. Her performance is so good. She knocks it out of the park every single time without fail. It's one of those things that, like, until she's done, nobody else has a chance. Best performance female actor in limited, anthology, or motion picture made for TV. We have Amanda Seyfried, Claire Danes, Michelle Williams, Rashida Jones, Robin Wright, and Sarah Snook. I have no idea about this category. I haven't seen any of these. I have barely heard about any of these, so I picked Rashida Jones because I like her, and I just rewatched the 2011 Muppets movie, and she's in that one. Maybe Claire Danes. You might be right, chat. I have no idea. This is one, if I get right, I will be shocked. Maybe it's going to be Robin Wright, because people like her. Same with Michelle Williams. I don't know. Amanda Seyfried's been campaigning a lot for Testament of Anne Lee, but is that going to pay off and people will give her a consolation prize in the television category instead? I don't know. Best performance by a male actor in television series. Jeremy Allen White had ownership of this category until The Bear sort of started being a worse comedy and a better drama, but they're still running it in the comedy category. Martin Short and Steve Martin, again, as I've said it every year, basically, they are splitting the votes by both being so good and being nominated. But folks, it's going to be Seth Rogen from the studio, and he's going to get up there and he's going to go, Chat, never let me do a Seth Rogen laugh impersonation again. That was awful. I am embarrassed, and frankly, I feel like I owe you guys an apology. It's going to be Seth Rogen for the studio, without fail. And I would not be surprised if they did a sneaky bit. They did a sneaky bit up there, and he accepted it in character or something like that. Best performance by a female actor in a supporting role in television. Talking about splitting the vote in competition, we have 3 The White Lotus nominees in this category, which shout out to my sister who predicted this when The White Lotus was coming out, that Amy Lou Wood, Parker Posey, and Carrie Coon would all be nominated. So that's tough. They all did very well. We do also have Catherine O'Hara from the studio, Erin Doherty from Adolescence, and Hannah Einbinder from Hacks. Hannah Einbinder did win the Emmy finally. She's been nominated in this category for a really long time, but there's always been a lot of competition. For me, this might be a little bit of a risk. I'm saying Parker Posey from White Lotus. Strictly because the way she said Lorazepam has been stuck in my head. It has been my little stimmy since seeing that show, and I think it will live with me for a long time. So Parker Posey is my pick here. Best performance by a male actor. We have Charlie Hunnam, Jacob Elordi, Jude Law, Matthew Rhys, Paul Giamatti, and Stephen Graham from Adolescence, which, like I mentioned earlier, Adolescence sweep needs to finish off here. So I think Stephen Graham will finish his TV's equivalent of an EGOT with his Critics' Choice, his Emmy, and his Golden Globe here, which well earned. He put a lot of work into it, and that show, I did start it, but I didn't finish it because it was just really slow, and like, you know, I'm the problem. It's good. It's good television, and it's not second screen entertainment. It's really good, you know, intentional watch it entertainment. I just picked the wrong time. To watch it. I'll go back eventually, or maybe I won't. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got a lot of movies to watch. Best performance by a male actor in a supporting role on television. Look, we have Ashley Walters and Owen Cooper from Adolescence. Owen Cooper did make history as the youngest Emmy winner ever. We also have Billy Crudup, Jason Isaacs, and Walton Goggins, both from The White Lotus. And then we have my pick for the winner, Tramell Tillman for Severance. I think that he has a really fair shot at this, and he's going to be in the new Spider-Man Brand New Day this summer, so I want him to have a great start to his year where he starts blowing up. So that's my pick. And I didn't even really finish season 2 of Severance or like it all that much, but I like him. And then we have the category that proves that cancellations don't exist. The best stand-up comedy in television. I'm sorry, I just think it's funny because Bill Maher, Ricky Gervais, and Kevin Hart have all been canceled for different respective reasons. Hell, Sarah Silverman's been canceled a million different times for a million different reasons by a million different groups. And yet here they are. I don't know, man. Brett Goldstein, because I like him and I think he's nice. And then best podcast. This is a new category for the Golden Globes, and frankly, it makes sense. We are coming up on a year where podcasting is about to become much more prevalent in the entertainment industry as far as like the standard for shows. Netflix is getting into podcast game. YouTube is seeing a lot of success by hosting podcasts. Obviously, Spotify has podcasts, both video podcasts and obviously audio podcasts. A lot of people are getting into the mix with this. And between all of these, Armchair Experts, Call Her Daddy, Good Hang, Smartless, Mel Robbins, and Up First, I think it's going to be Good Hang. I think that Amy Poehler's show, though it is one of the newer in the bunch, is really successful and does really well. The clips always go viral. The guests always have good moments on there. And I think that it's liked by Hollywood people enough that it would probably receive the nomination. So folks, that is my picks for the Golden Globes. Just like last year, our goal is 65%. How many will we get right? I have no idea, but we will be keeping an eye out. So make sure when you're watching the Golden Globes, because you know I'll be watching too, keep an eye out on Twitter, Threads, all the other ones. All the other ones, you know the ones. Keep an eye out on all of the relevant social medias where I will be live tweeting about how my predictions are going, but also make sure you tune in next week on stream where we're going to be looking over our percentages. Look, we can't do worse than last year. We did really bad last year. I think we got like a 30% last year. So if we do better than 30%, I will be satisfied. But folks, let me know who you think is going to walk away with the Golden Globe. Is there anything you're looking forward to? Nikki Glazer's hosting again, which I had mixed feelings about her last year. I'm hoping for a good show. I'm hoping for some surprises, and I'm hoping for at least 65%. So, folks, if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much. Make sure you hit a like and subscribe. Leave a comment letting me know how incredible you think my predictions are. If you ever want to catch us live, we are live Mondays over on twitch.tv/stupidgorg. And I will catch you all next time. Goodbye, YouTube. Goodbye, chat. Say goodbye, YouTube.